somehow zoomed in on me. Hey everybody, it's Bethany Drew here. I think I'm starting a couple minutes early today, just because I have so much to show. I had planned some of this, but then Stampin' Up! Just came out with a one-day only sale, so I've got a few extra things to show you because it is a one-day only sale. What? So, and I will give anyone who orders today, because I know it's kind of last minute, but anyone who orders today using the hostess code that I'll give you will get a free package of gold glimmer dots. They're so pretty. So just as a thank you for getting on there and ordering today. And that's if you have a close to $40-ish order. If it's $35, I might still give it to you. Anyhow, I have a lot of things to show you. Like I said, we're going to go over another stamp set called Everything Festive that kind of is a great go-to stamp set for all occasions, and look at how to use our masks that kind of, you could use the masks with any stamp set, but there is a new set in the holiday catalog that are really cute. And we're going to look at the Snowman Bundle today, and because he's so cute. And I'm going to show you Paper Pumpkin first. So let's just begin. I know nobody's on live yet, but I just want to get to all these things. And if you catch me live a little bit later, you can always go back and look. And I'm starting to do YouTube as well, so you can find me all kinds of places. I'll reiterate that again too. All right, let me turn you around. And here's just a reminder. So I'm going to show you some Paper Pumpkin things first. I just got my October Paper Pumpkin just a little while ago, and it's so cute. We'll talk about the one-day sale. And like I said, hi, Anne. Hello. We will talk about a couple different things. The metallic inks are back in, and my holiday retreat that's coming up soon. So first of all, I wanted to show you our Paper Pumpkin box. It's so cute. This October one came with, I believe, 10 cards, 10 matching envelopes, and all the pieces to put together these really sweet cards. So it has all the dimensionals you need. It has little snowflakes. It has some glue dots. It has all the little banner pieces that just pop right out. Aren't these so pretty? I know. I wish I could sign. I know Jesus loves you. I only know a few things. So this is our Paper Pumpkin boxes. And I wanted to show you, because I'm going to be talking about the Snowman Bundle today, how cute adding a little snowman. Isn't that cute? Look at the difference there. It's really pretty without it, but if you have the Snowman Bundle, and this is just from the Snowman designer paper, and I just punched it out with my Snowman punch, and then I used, we have a little kit that has little dots to go on the snowman and the arms. And it's so cute. I love it. But this Paper Pumpkin kit came with the little birds that you just stick on with a glue dot, with little mini dimensionals that you stick up. And I don't know if you can tell, even the white piece with the wood, it has a little bit of sparkle to it. So it's a little bit of shimmer paper, which is pretty. But that's just a way to step up your Paper Pumpkin cards. And they all come with matching envelopes, so they're so pretty. They have a little silver foil, and I love the little wood grain in the background. It matches the wood grain banners that you put on there. Now, all that you have to do, there's another kind of Christmassy Winter Wonders Part 2, they're saying, will come for your November kit. I love that Stampin' Up! Is starting to give us a little bit of clue of what's coming in your Paper Pumpkin box. It used to be a complete surprise, but now they're at least letting us know a little bit about what's coming. So I knew this was going to be a Christmas card kit, so of course I wanted it. Next month I'm going to get as well, because it's a kit for 24. So if you see there, 24 of 4 different designs of Christmas tags that will kind of coordinate and match this, but could be completely separate as well. And look at, even the box is cute. Look at this month's box, if I can close it here. Came and kind of matched with the little wood and the bird on there. So cute. So all that you have to do to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, and I've had a couple new subscribers in the last couple of months. It's a great subscription. Is you just go to paperpumpkin.com, and when you go through the order process, then you need to choose a demonstrator, and you just choose me, Bethany Drew, as your demonstrator, and these will come automatically to your house, shipped to you for $22, and that's already shipping and handling included already, which I think is an awesome deal for what you get. It always comes with a stamp set too, so it's fully all-inclusive. You don't need anything else to put your project together. I thought I'd put the stamp set, because I'd used it, I've taken some of them, but they're photopolymer stamps. So this one comes with a snowflake. I think, yeah, I stamped the inside. A little snowflake that I stamped and then restamped. It comes with a little ink. So this one comes with a Night of Navy little ink spot. And just sweet little set. Comes with the little snowflake dots. So that's how you get the dots on the background there. So isn't that cute? That's Paper Pumpkin. So paperpumpkin.com. You can always go in and choose to suspend. So you don't want to cancel, but if you just don't want one box for the month of November or whatever, if you've already subscribed, you just go into Manage My Account, and then you find where you can suspend a box, so you can choose when or how often you get your box. I skipped the Halloween one just because I was super busy and I'm not a huge Halloween person. But, so that's Paper Pumpkin. So I showed you that little snowman. I'm going to talk about the Snowman Punch and the Snowman stamp set. The Snowman stamp set. This is the Snowman Season. He's so cute, isn't he? I love all the 3 different snowmen. This is the one that matches with that punch, and the hat and the arms. You can all punch out with the punch. So it's a builder punch. Here's where it is in the catalog. I'm going to show you the designer paper too, because the designer paper is so cool. I love it. Stampin' Up! Hit it out of the park with our designer paper this year. Because it has these glimmery, already sparkly snowmen that you could fussy cut out or put in a circle. It has the snowman that matches with the punch. It's got stripes and it's just some fun shapes. So there's just cards that they made. Unfortunately, this whole huge suite, the $132, if you wanted everything, that's on back order. But I believe you can still get the specific, individual things. If you wanted the bundle that it matches with the punch and the stamp set, and you wanted the ribbon and the designer paper, you can still get some of those things individually. I'm not sure how that works, but this is such a great bundle. The embossing folder is this winter knit. Background is really cute too. And just to show you, if you really love, I'm going to show you a couple examples quick of what I've made with the Snowman stamp set. The bundle, so the stamp set and the punch together, you want to order from here when it says the Snowman Season Bundle, because that's only $32 for both the stamp set and the matching punch. They give you 10% off, so you want to go to the bundle if you'd like both the matching things. If you get that and just the Let It Snow paper, then that gets you, the bundle plus just the paper gets you to a free glimmer dots. So like I said, just today only, if you order today using the hostess code, I will give you a free package of the gold glimmer dots. These actually match with, so I'm giving you something that's, you can't order till November because they match the pretty Christmas time is coming or here, something like that. The pretty Christmas rose that you can order in November. And I'll show you more examples with that rose. I showed you a couple weeks ago, but that's a beautiful bundle that you'll be able to order in November. So as you can see, I know it's easy to get to $40 order, but it will be worth it because I'll try to give you a gift as a thank you. I want to show you some of my own cards that I've made. One is one of my downline made, but this one's super simple. So for easy, really quick, you want to make a few. And what I love about the snowmen is, hey Leah. What I love about the snowman, the let it snow sentiment is, this doesn't have to be Christmas. The snowman, you know, in Indiana, at least, we have winter a long time. So, isn't he so cute? I just love him. I used my blends to kind of color some shading around him and then colored in his nose. This is one that one of my downline made, and she just fussy cut one of the snowmen from the designer paper, which I'll show you what the designer paper looks like. This card we just made at one of our downline meetings. My Aunt Kathy designed this one. I think she got the idea from Pinterest, but I love even the sayings, hoping the season builds heartwarming memories. I added the little ribbon later. This curly ribbon is so cute and it's soft. It's a nice accent. So I'm kind of getting, I went from easy using the builder punch. You can just cut out that snowman with your punch. And I made a frame with my rectangle frames, so that's real easy. I may still add a sentiment or something across that one. Using some of our gingham designer paper. This one was a real simple one. This was very similar, but I added a little ribbon on top, and I did a little scribbles on the outside. I think it was a little too crazy with the scribbles, but that's okay. This let it snow, you know, you can use non-traditional colors. This is using the soft sea foam and these pink polka dots. Green and pink are fun. Here's pink and blue together, let it snow. And just adding a little bit of ribbon or lace or something is always fun. And on here I added, we have a new shimmer kind of crystal effects, and then we have this cool new ice glitter, which is fun. It's a little bit more chunky than our Dazzling Diamonds. And this also shows you that embossing folder that I showed you. It has that winter knit thing. Now this steps it up a little bit too with that kit that I told you about. The Let It Snow kit that's in here. Let It Snow embellishment kit. That comes with the little stickers of arms and the little coal dots, some noses. It comes with some sparkly washi tape, and it comes with 3 different sheets of this felt hats and the scarves, which is so cute, isn't it? And then if you really want to step it up, this one took a little bit more time, but this is where, again, I wanted to show you from easy beginner stampers to your just casual stampers who stamp every once in a while, to your avid stampers. This is a bundle that anybody could use and make some super simple cards to ones that take a little bit more time. And here I used my craft ink. That's the Whisper White craft pad. And that's in a different page than our normal inks. So you kind of have to look a little bit for that. But and then I did fussy cut out these 2 snowmen, but this one I just used the punch on. And I stamped some of my trees from my Winter Woods stamp set. And then I sponged that white craft over. So the base of this, behind this, hey Sarah, is in crumb cake. And then I added, and I think this is on back order, but I don't know when more will be ready. This Snowfall Accents puff paint. I just added some dots on there, and when you heat it, it kind of expands that and makes it look like puffy little snowflakes or snow coming down, which is kind of fun. And I'll still probably put some kind of sentiment down here. I haven't finished that completely, but the Snowman Bundle is so cute. I love him, and I really love snowmen. They're happy. You know, winter isn't per se my favorite season. I think it's beautiful for a few weeks over Christmas and New Year's. But snowmen are so happy. I love them. So I would highly recommend. This is a good one to have. And who wouldn't want a cute, happy snowman for a winter birthday or some kind of winter celebration, or for kids, or adults would want it. So again, I think you can order things within here, but that whole suite is what is on back order, I think, because it's so popular. So that is, and I'm sorry I'm flying through here, because I wanted to, because they added that day sale, which is why I'm trying to kind of speed through things. Oh, I did want to show you, I didn't show you the designer paper. So this was the designer paper that I just punched out that snowman on my paper pumpkin kit. So if you weren't already sold on the designer paper, let me just show you how awesome it is. It's so pretty. So this already has, all the snowmen on this one have a little sparkle to it. And then there's fun stripes on the other side. This one is the design that I punched out the snowflake, or the snowman out of. And again, they're sparkly already. And then it's got just red dots. This one, this hat matches with that builder punch too, so it fits perfectly in there. And there's a little bit of sparkle on some of the hats, and then more snowflakes. I love this color combo too. I love the blues, greens, and reds. Little mittens and more stripes. I'm telling you, these are pretty cool designs. Stampin' Up! Made it hard for me to not order like all of their designer paper. I usually can be pretty good, but not today. Not this holiday catalog. One more thing I wanted to share with you too is that the metallic inks are back for sale. So that's Celestial Copper, the Golden Glitz, and the Silvery Shimmer. And I do want to show you real quick some things I made. So they have a sparkle and a shine to them already. It's the ink pad. So this saves you a step on using Versamark and doing the whole embossing thing, which is pretty cool. Here's just a few examples I've made just in the last few days, because these were on back order and then not orderable for a long time. But they are back, and I want to just show you why you want at least one of them. So this is the copper I'm using. But here I made a little Christmas card with that Let It Ride horse stamp. Here I stamped the copper on navy, the Merry Christmas. On this card, and this one, I have to tell you, this card is a complete case of Stesha Bloodheart, who's one of our artisans. I think she made a card similar to this last year with the Winterwoods and the Dashing Deer and the Christmas doll. There's a few stamp sets I'm using. But the Winterwoods, the tree bark is in the copper. If you can tell, it's got a little sparkle to it in the background. And then I'm going to show you a really easy card similar to this one, because it still keeps the sparkle and the sheen to it. So it's just so fun. And it's just so quick. It does dry pretty quickly too. So let me show you what I mean. Now I've already got my circles cut out with my stitched circles, this pretty toil tidings paper, and we're going to make a really simple card. So I'm going to put just some adhesive on the back, line my designer paper up inside of my card. This toil tidings paper is really pretty. And then I'm going to stamp this Merry and Bright And this is from the stamp set I'm going to be showing you. And just tune in to soon it's coming. This is from the Everything Festive stamp set. I'm slightly just sliding it across, getting it covered. And you can see it's shiny and clean and pretty. I'll just remove this. I'm going to stamp that right inside my vanilla circle. And it's, let me stamp, oh no, I can't do that again. And it's got some sparkle. Can you see how that shines? Sparkles and shines a little bit. That didn't come out quite as dark or deep as that one, so I'd make sure to. I'm going to let that dry. It probably already is dry, but I want to show you, I don't like sticking this on my chamois to clean it. So I get out my wipes. I still have extra wipes. My youngest is 4, but I have some wipes in my craft room. So I take a baby wipe and I wipe the initial, because you see all that still on there. That's just to get the initial copper and the sparkle off. And then I might still use, you don't want to wipe your stamps with a wipe and then just leave it like that. You kind of want to wipe off any excess. So it's these cards that I will go back and use my Stampin' Scrub, and I'll use my Stampin' Mist rubber cleaner for these traditional rubber stamps. So I'll put that on the wet side and then dry it on the dry side, dry it off, and then it's all clean. But I would highly recommend wiping it with a baby wipe first. And then you can just pop these suckers on with some dimensionals. Actually, I'll probably put this, as you can see, I used scrap from an old card. I think it was a card that I was looking through. I'm like, I'll never give that to someone. So I just used the back. Pop a couple dimensionals on there. And then with dimensionals too, if you find you don't have any nails to peel it off, just press in the center of them and then it will come off a little bit easier. And then I'm going to put that here. Merry and Bright. And then in that same page with the Toil Tidings, there are also Toil Tidings glitter enamel dots that come in red and green. So I'll use some of the green. And usually I like putting them in some kind of triangle. So I'll just use 3. If you want to go crazy with them, you can, but I typically just use 3. And that just adds a little bit of sparkle. Merry and Bright, then you could stamp a Christmas message inside. But isn't that fun? That copper sparkly ink. So again, it's fast, then you just, and I got the refill. I don't know if they'll continue with these, so if you do get the copper, you'll probably want to get the ink pad plus the refill that goes with them too, just so that it'll last forever for you. But isn't that just a pretty accent? And it's way faster than embossing, the embossing powder that you have to stamp in the Versamark first and then sprinkle the powder over, even though the embossing powder is awesome and can do some awesome things like I'm going to show you soon. Okay, so that's some of the metallic inks. So that's my next thing that I wanted to show you. Redbird Framelit Dyer Punch. And were you talking about these Redbirds? They come right in, you just punch them out. They came right in the paper pumpkin. So to answer that question, they pop right out. Sorry, I didn't see that right when you asked it. Okay, so metallic inks are in. That's awesome. We're moving on to what? Snowman Bundle, everything festive. I feel like I always crash something. Sorry about that. Okay, moving on to the everything festive stamp set. A really cute set that has big, bold images like the Merry and Bright that I just showed you. It's got Halloween, Valentine's Day, winter, and From Our Home to Yours could be inside your Christmas cards, but it could be anything. It could be a thank you in the wintertime. It does have the snowflakes, Merry and Bright, and even a New Year one, which is cool. I'll show you in the catalog. We move to my next sticky note. In the catalog here, everything is festive. This is a cling mount stamp, so this one does come with the red rubber. So the cling mounts are really sticky. If you're just getting cling mount stamps and you put those stickers on, they really are sticky. You almost have to be really careful when you peel off the stamps. Look at how sticky they are, which is awesome, but you have to be very careful with them as well. Because sometimes you almost have to get your fingernail under the sticker before you peel, or you could rip the foam. So you do have to be careful with those, but I love that I can put my stickers on. I didn't used to put my stickers on because they didn't stick well enough, and now they're super sticky. But I don't want you to miss, I think some people miss these cool, this is only $6. These decorative masks are kind of a hidden treasure in the catalog. Basic patterns, so it's got trees, a pretty little leafy one, like a vintagey, and then just basic polka dots, which are awesome. And really, so number 150697, they're only $6, and I'm telling you, you're going to love playing with them. So I do want to show you quick some cards I made with them, and I'll show you, I keep saying real quick, I'm trying, but this is the size of what they look like. So they're plenty big enough to go over the front of a card. So this is kind of that vintagey one, the wood, the leafy, and then I've got the polka dot one over to the side. So you can use these in multiple ways. You can use embossing paste, you can use just sponging over, you can use your spritzer, and I'll show you a couple of those ways. Now, here is one that I it's a little bit different, but I kind of copied off of Erica Serwin. She made a card similar to this, using those trees, and I used 2 pieces of paper first to mask off, and then I sponged. So I just sponged rich raspberry, some pumpkin pie, some mango melody to kind of make that lighter. And then while my paper was still maxed on there, and I think I used what is it? Our washi tape to kind of tape that down. Then I put the trees over, if you line them, and then I sponged the black over to get the trees in black. And then when you peel it all off, you had a clean line, and your trees are so cool. And then I embossed in the sparkly, so our glimmer black embossing powder, the No Tricks, Just Treats. Here's another Halloween card, but looks so different. So I just stamped that in black, and I used, this is embossing paste now. So the embossing paste, which I will show you in the embossing paste, is really cool. It comes in just it comes in just white, and this is actually shimmery white, so it has a little bit of sparkle to it. It's a little bit finicky, but I'm going to show you. why it's so awesome. So it is a paste that you can mix with a re-inker if you want. So that's how I got color to it. I added some Blackberry Bliss refill to my paste, which I'll show you how to do that. Here's what that shimmery white embossing paste looks like without any ink added to it, so no color. And that was over the polka dot mask. So I scraped it over the mask, pulled the mask off. It dries very quickly. So you have to clean. I actually have, just to show you, I have a little pail of warm soapy water waiting for after I use my tools, because you want to rinse off anything you use. I mean, if you can see, some of the ones that I've used, the embossing paste, still have a little bit of, although I've washed them pretty well, they may still have a little bit of a sticky look to them. But you want to wash them right away after you do the embossing paste, because it does dry quickly. Here's using that leaf pattern. We made, one of my clubs made cards like this, and we used a spritzer to spritz over that, and it's really light, pretty look. And I will show you the spritzer real quick. Here I used Calypso Coral ink refill and put it over the Blackberry Bliss cardstock, and that looked really cool. So I decided to, not Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana. Sorry, this is Coastal Cabana. So I used that cardstock as the base of this. I cut out some hearts with my hearts, and then I added in that Be My Valentine. So pretty simple with my Big Shot, what I did. Here's one of our masks from the annual catalog, and I haven't put anything over it yet. I wasn't sure what I wanted to use that with, but I added some ink refill in that one that's pink. Here, just to show you, I had extra embossing paste with this one, so I was able to do 2 cards with that same. And look how different the purple on the black looks, and then the purple on purple. And this one says, P.S. I love you, so a cute Valentine's card. So pretty. So it is a lot of fun. And here's a random, but just wanted to show you, you can use the embossing paste. And again, the clouds are from in the annual catalog, so they don't come in the holiday one, but these are still available, our mask that has clouds. But it just gives a little bit extra texture to it. You feel like a true artist when you're using embossing paste. I'm telling you. This is why I keep crafting, because there's so many different techniques out there. Here's another card using that same stamp set, and this is embossed with white. And I'm going to show you the same like chalkboard looking technique. It's so fun. And then here's one, our beautiful, this paper's on back order right now, but they're ordering, I think I just looked on the inventory list, they're ordering like 12,000 more packages because this has been really popular paper. It's so beautiful. I think it's called First Frost or something, designer paper. But the paper's so pretty, I just cut it and made a big, almost a 6x6 card, and then I embossed in my black embossing powder the Winter Wonderland just in the corner. So isn't that paper just gorgeous? I love it. So pretty. So I'm going to show you real quick. I keep saying real quick. I'm trying to speed it up. My son always needs to be picked up pretty soon, but he's just going to have to wait today because I got lots of things to show you. So I'm going to get some scrap paper here. Can you tell I reuse my scrap paper a lot. Okay, so first I'm going to show you the spritzer. The spritzers, I fill this with mostly alcohol, so just like rubbing alcohol, and then I just put in 2, 3, maybe 4, depending on how dark you want the color. And I think I used Calypso Coral on this, that orangey color. And this is the same Calypso Coral paper. So I'm going to show you, just if you lay over your mask and you take your spritzer, you just want to make sure that the hole you're spritzing out, that you face down. And I'm going to take this and just start spritzing. All right. Now that got a little, I'm getting kind of close to the end. Probably should have refilled my spritzer. But when you pick it up, it's where you don't want to spritz too much because mine started to get a little bit blurry. But you know what? I really don't care. I still think it looks cool, even though it's a little bit blobby. And I think too, because I spritz harder in a couple spots, I love that it's got different gradation, that it doesn't look exactly the same. And it's a little bit wet, but it'll dry, because especially when you're using alcohol. Now this, I'm just going to wipe off with a baby wipe. So that's not as hard to clean off. And then I'm going to show you, this is where if you don't have the masks, you can make your own masks. If you have dies. So here's the butterfly die that matches with our artistic impressions. I think that's the stamp set that it's called. So I made a die with the butterfly, and I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to use this now. I can find my... I'm just going to put a tiny bit of adhesive on there. Just so that it doesn't move on me. And I'm going to show you the fun and the joy of using the embossing paste over a project. Okay, so that's just kind of stuck, but not really. Now, just to the side of my project here, so right on scrap paper, so something you can throw away, I am going to use my embossing paste. And what did I put my... Here it is. Okay, so you don't want to see how kind of gooey that is. Embossing paste too, after you've had it for a little while, you want to make sure that you screw the lid on tight after you're done, right after you're done taking some out. I'm going to take a glop out right to the side here, so I'm just putting it to the side, and I'm going to put, scrape that off. I'm going to put the cap on right away because you don't want it to dry. If it does get a little bit dry on you, you can always add a little water to your embossing paste. But you can't just glop that and then go back, you know, leave it for 5 minutes because it's going to harden on you. Now I'm just going to add a few ink refill drops. This is Blushing Bride. And I'm going to mix that in so it's a light pink. Okay. So now I'm going to take my butterfly and I'll start in the center, and I'm going to try to keep it kind of right around the butterfly. This is where, again, you're going to feel so artistic when you get this to play with. It's going to look a little bit goopy. But once you start scraping the paste over, isn't that cool? Once you start scraping it over the dye, or whatever dye you've made, it kind of will stay there and stick. Bring it over to the side so I can get this. And you can leave it chunky if you want, or you can kind of scrape off the top if you want to use it for another project. Now I've gotten it kind of messy, but again, artists are messy, and it's okay. So once you've got it good and covered, now I can take away my butterfly. Isn't that cool? And then I can add a little saying to it. It'll take a little bit, but not too long. Now this I'm going to throw away inside my scrap paper. I wonder if I could use the other side. I'm just thinking a brilliant thought because it already has embossing paste on it. That I will do kind of the opposite. I'm going to move that to dry. I still have a little bit of embossing paste left, and I hate wasted stuff, don't you? So I'm just going to scrape that down in the center of my another piece of paper. So this is just on Whisper White paper. Not that it needs to be in any certain shape or anything. We're just gonna just scraping it down. And then I'm throwing this right away. I'm going to wipe it off. But instead of throwing away that dye that I just used, I'm going to just stick it on the other side into my embossing paste. And because the embossing paste takes a while to dry, now it will dry just right into that embossing paste, and it'll stick right on there. Isn't that an awesome idea that I just thought of? So I'm going to use my scrap paper to kind of scrape off as much of the embossing paste as I can. And then I'm going to throw that tool right into my soapy water, because you don't want to leave anything with that embossing paste. Because here, I used my fingers to wipe it off, and it's already dried and crusty on my fingers. So you want to be a messy artist? These are really fun things that you can do. Yes, sweetie. And then I can just add it on a base, a blushing bride, so that's the same color that matches my ink refill, and add a, isn't that pretty? Kind of fun. So if you want to think outside the box.
Mom.
What,
Mom.
sweetie? What?
Can I get sucker?
In a little bit, okay?
Okay.
And then there's where I use the mask and use the embossing paste over it. And I'll let that dry, and I'll add something to that card. So that's how you make your own mask. Just use any of our cool dies, intricate dies, and you can scrape that embossing powder over it. So that's our masks. They're so cool. You get 4 masks, like I said, for only $6. I think it's a great deal to get those masks. Now I'm going to show you something similar to this, using the same technique, the chalkboard technique. And man, Jacob's going to have to wait longer than normal today. I've already got some pieces, so I embossed using one of our embossing folders from the Holiday Mini. So using our embossing folder that embosses the paper, need a wipe for my fingers. But hey, no big deal if I'm adding extra sparkle to my other projects, right? So I'm going to show you with the P.S. I Love You. I'm going to make a Valentine's Day card, and I'm going to show you quick the chalkboard technique, which is real fun. So again, before you emboss anything with embossing powder, our embossing buddy is just, it's got almost like baby powder kind of material in there. Powder that helps your embossing powder from sticking to anything but what you have stamped. And this is where I'm going to use the Versamark pad. So this is where I was trying to show you the metallic ink is so much faster. But I'm going to show you why the embossing powder is still really cool. So I'm going to emboss, or not emboss yet, Versamark. So stamping in my just sticky Versamark pad. I've got the P.S. I Love You on there. Cover that up. And right at first you can't see it too well. On black you can see it okay. But I'm going to dip it right in my white embossing powder. I'm wanting to put more of my embossing powders in cases like this because it's so much faster than sprinkling it over paper and then getting it back in the container. Let me get the middle. I love you. And man, nobody ever calls me while I'm doing my video. Just, they're gonna have to wait. Okay,
Mom, can
so I just kind of flicked off the excess. I'm doing my live video, please wait. Sam just asked if he could feel the embossing powder. We all know it's what happens when a 4-year-old reaches into that, don't we? So now I just need to walk over to my heat gun and heat that up, and it will melt all that powder. You want to watch me do this, bud? See how it melts?
I can see some more.
Cool, huh?
Yeah. Now can I get some?
And I'm back. Okay, normally I would have taken a little Q-tip or something and wiped off the excess powder, but I'm making it look kind of like a chalkboard. So this is where we're back to our Whisper White ink. And I have sponges and sponge daubers that are all that I've used with the white craft. So if you keep them in a closed container, the craft ink almost stays wet on there. But I'm still going to re-dip it on my ink. And I'm going to start in the center and just kind of wipe over. And when you wipe over your embossing powder on the black, it just kind of gives it a chalkboard look. And I love it. It's fun. I hadn't done that for a while and I was like, oh, I need to do a card like that. And then if you want, you can also kind of sponge around the edges. You don't have to, but you can do whatever you want. And when you do use the sponge daubers, your fingers get a little less messy. So again, I love the white craft ink. It's beautiful to play with. It takes a little longer to dry, but now all I have to do is add my paper to here, and I might add a little ribbon underneath, and that's all I would need for a little accent. And I'm not going to do that for you right now because we have more things to show you. I'm telling you, this is like exciting overload. Okay, so once again, that was the Everything Festive. And we showed the masks. That stamp set is $24. It's 150566. If you were to get this stamp set, if you really loved the all occasions, and they do match in our nested dies that went with our Free as a Bird stamp set in the annual catalog. If you were to get the stamp set and the masks and then also get some embossing paste, you're really close to $40, and I would probably give you the free glimmer dots. Again, that's only if you order today because, drum roll please, I did want to show you guys some cards with the one-day only sale that is happening right now. So we're going to flash through this, but instead of just showing you, this list of paper, that's really pretty. I wanted to go through some of the ones that I have and just some cards that I've made with it, because those are always prettier than it just me showing you, Merry Christmas to All is on sale for $22.95. Well, what is that? The Merry Christmas to All stamp set is this stamp set, and it does match with some dies that cut out the words Christmas, Merry, Happy, and I think Holidays, which are really cool, and I will show you some cards made with that. So that's the Merry Christmas to All, because it's a good one because it's more words, it's a good one to combine with other stamp sets. Winter Woods here, 151359. The Winter Woods stamp set is on sale for under $20, $19.55. It's a beautiful stamp set. I love it. I used, just to go back, I used that stamp set to make this card. The dies are really awesome too. That cut out this front piece, so it cuts out the pine tree, which is fun. Here's a card one of my downline, Chris, who I think is watching. Chris usually joins me. She made this beautiful card. I got lots of oohs and ahs over her card from the Winter Woods. And this is one kind of mixing and matching those background trees and then the deers from Dashing Deer. So it's a pretty winter set. It's 15% off right now, so you might as well order one of these while they're on sale. The next one that I wanted to show a couple is Dashing Deer. It's 151362. And the Dashing Deer stamp set is on sale for $18.70. Guys, I was so happy that Stampin' Up! Continued this one. I love these deer. They're so pretty. And once again, these do also match with dies that cut out, so I did not fussy cut these deers. But here again is another card I used with that Christmas to All, Merry, and our buffalo check background. Here's that stamp, and that also matched with a die that cuts right out. I made this at a Christmas class of Robin Reed's last year. That was a pretty design of hers. Love the buffalo check. That's actually another one that's on sale. Here's two cards showing you using the negative of what you cut out and then the cutout piece. So here when I said I made a happy birthday card with the deer. So it doesn't have to be Christmas. The deer, you know, my husband's a hunter, so I could make cards like this, although I don't know how fitting that would be for me to make a deer card for him. He'd want to shoot him. No, I'm kidding. But I love this Dashing Deer set, so that's also on sale. There you go, Chris. Hi. Was missing your love. Did you just see that I showed off a card of yours? I showed your card off, Chris. This one. Okay, moving on, because I'm trying to go fast through this, and I'm sure Jacob needs to be picked up soon. Beautiful You is an awesome. It actually comes in 2 containers, so it's got more pretty girls on there, and there's some fun sayings in that one. I have examples, but I didn't pull those out because we're running out of time here. Abstract Impressions. I'm knocking stuff over. That's this beautiful stamp set, Abstract Impressions. It's kind of a triple stamp. You can stamp it in different colors to add dimension. And I loved the sayings here. I love, if flowers were hugs, I'd send you 1,000. That's probably my favorite saying in a lot of the stamp sets. And it comes with some pretty gorgeous dies. So it came with, this is the set, Abstract Impressions. I think I got that wrong somehow, but that butterfly. You can make pretty roses and flower gardens. Here's another die that matches with the stamp set. There I just used just these little round ones in just one color. Kindness changes everything. I love that saying. And man, the dies are just beautiful that go with this. They're really pretty. So that's Abstract Impressions. I know the choices are hard with all the flowers. Abstract Impressions. So that's on sale for $22 right now. That's 147513. There's Beautiful Friendship, which I wasn't going to get because I already had that at Abstract Impressions, but I got it and it's gorgeous and I love it. Because you just do different things with that. I've shown this one to you, I think, on another video, but Beautiful Friendship. Oh, the flowers are just so beautiful, aren't they? They're so pretty. Here's a sympathy card in just black and grays. in blues. It's a really fun one to sponge a different color on, so you kind of make your own multicolor. Reds, purple hydrangeas. They're just gorgeous. The little rose is pretty too, in like whatever color you want to put it in. So that is Beautiful Friendship for only $18.70. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. 149252 is Beautiful Friendship. It's an awesome one. I love it. Okay, what's the next? Painted Harvest. This is another gorgeous one. Maybe more for fall cards, but you can still mix it up. I love the font. Your kindness means so much more than you will ever know. This is totally a one layer, but you can do the lighter color and darker color to make kind of that multicolor. And then it also has the inside that you stamp afterwards. Gather together and give thanks. This one did match with this leaf punch. I made a little wreath out of that. It looks good in all colors. Oh my goodness. I think this is petal pink and then Calypso coral over top. And the yellows and oranges, it looks good. And I think, yes, Robin Reed made this one. Isn't that so gorgeous? And here I even made a little wreath, a Christmas wreath with it. There's so many different ways to use this stamp set for all occasions and all seasons with this one too. So that one's Painted Seasons. And that's 144783. Beautiful Day is another one. They don't sell them in wood mount anymore, so don't worry. Mine's an old one. This is a great one to emboss. So embossing powder, embossed in gold. And I used my pigment sprinkles. This was one I was having a lot of fun with, my pigment sprinkles. Here's embossed in white and just spritzed over with the pigment sprinkles. So it's a great one to watercolor because it's, just the outline of the butterfly and the flower. That's Beautiful Day. Guys, we're on a roll. I'm on to page 2. I don't know if I'm going to get to all of them. First Frost is a beautiful one. Love What You Do is another pretty stamp set with flowers. Love What You Do. It's a Beautiful Day. I'm lucky to have a friend like you. They're pretty flowers too. And these have the outlines of the flowers, and then it's got that little watercolored blurb to stamp over, like I did with these and these in kind of a lighter color. So, oh my goodness, all kinds of fun techniques. A Good Man, that's on sale now for $20.40. That's 149270. If you need cards for guy cards, for Father's Day or your husband, it's a fun one to watercolor in. I used my blends on this one to make it bright. And I've handed away and given a lot of cards this year to my dad and my husband using this one. So this A Good Man is a great one too. And Rooted in Nature, that's a 2-box. Again, don't worry, it's not wood mount anymore. The Rooted in Nature is a gorgeous. So this is an expensive one, so that's a good time to actually get a stamp set like this. This matches with dies too that are so pretty. I love the big thinking of you and you are wonderful, but be strong, be happy, be you. Show you some of those. Here I just used that thinking of you all over. Here I just cut out the tree, didn't even stamp inside of it. That big like wood round. I think my Aunt Kathy made that one. Some of the dies just emboss. So those are leaves that are just embossed on there when you run it through your Big Shot. Here I use some fun different colors. And the leaves are so pretty. And again, the leaves will emboss and cut out, which are so fun. So that is a gorgeous stamp set, the Rooted in Nature. Oh, and my husband wonders why my stamping room is always such a mess, because I have so many things to show you. Rooted in Nature, 148217. And it is a $42 stamp set, but it's on sale right now for $35.70. So not bad for 2 cases worth of stamps. Best Catch is a cute stamp set. I had said no to this, but I finally bought it, so I don't have any cards made with it, but because my husband just went fly fishing when we went to Yellowstone, and my brother-in-law loves fly fishing too, so it's a cute one for your fishermen, brothers, sons, husbands, anything. So that's Good Catch. That also matches with some dies. Let's see. Oh, Geared Up Garage is a good guy one. Because I have all boys, I do like having guy cards. And this is one I thought, oh, this is great for teenagers, as I have a 16-year-old and a 10-year-old. The car and I loved it. And you can make some pretty simple cards with it. But you can also make girls like cars too. This I thought of, my mom sells Mary Kay, so I thought, ooh, I'll make a pink car. Something you could do for somebody who's promoted in Mary Kay or something. Valentine's card, I love the gears. So this also matches with some dies that cut out that car. With my embossing template, I just embossed that over. And at one of our downline events, I designed this little stand-up card that we made using that too. So I love the sayings in this one too. It's not just for Father's Day. It could be Valentine's Day, your classic birthday. So that's a great one too. I'm sorry if I'm overwhelming you, but the sale is only today. So I just wanted you to see some of the great stamps that are on sale. Let It Ride is on sale. I didn't get this one too long ago, so the one that I showed you that I made Christmassy, that's pretty much the only card I have made with this one. But I love horses, and I have friends and people that I know that love horses too. So I definitely plan on making more cards with the horses. They're so elegant and pretty. And I had a couple other cards I thought I made with them. I just couldn't find them. So Let It Ride is a great horse set for you horse lovers, 148765. And it's on sale right now for $20.40, which is nice. A few dollars off, it helps, right? And then there's a bunch of different background stamps. The buffalo check, the crackle paint, the birch, the all wired up. I think the only one I don't have is all wired up, and so I'm going to be ordering that today. So there's some great background ones on sale. The background stamps are this size. This is the only stamp you can still get in wood mount. I like them in wood mount just because I take it out and I can cover it up and stamp it. And here's the buffalo check background. It's a very awesome and classic background stamp to have. I love it. And last one, I couldn't find any specific cards because I've used this a lot. This Make a Difference stamp set is also on sale for only $22.95 right now. And it has tons of letters. So I've used this a lot to personalize cards, to make someone's name, saying congrats, over graduations. I did a lot of putting their names down below, which is pretty. It's a pretty font. So, phew, are you guys sweating? I think I am. I just wanted to show you a few of the stamps that are on sale only today. So make sure to check this PDF. I put it on my Facebook page too, in my Drew Daily group and on my regular page, I think. I'll put it on my regular page too, just in case I didn't. So check that out. Once again, if you if you do place an order today, and I'll be looking up until midnight while this sale is going on, I will give you and I will purchase a package of gold glimmer dots for you for free, just saying thank you for ordering today. So hopefully I gave you a lot to think about and choices. Out of all this stuff I showed you, want to order something, right? It's just all so cute. That's why I am selling it, because I want it all. So if you liked the Everything Festive stamp set that makes cards for all occasions, Valentine's, Halloween, another Valentine, and like those masks that can make just a cute, subtle background for any occasion again. Everything festive. Or if you liked the Snowman Bundle, he's so cute and makes some really easy to difficult cards. Make sure to check out my website online. And I hope some of you take advantage of these 15% off sales that are going on just today. And again, I don't know how these metallic inks that I showed you, they went on back order really quick when they first came out. So I would order one of those today too if you liked the way that copper metallic, there's gold and also silver in those ink pads. And yes, my son a couple times is like, "Are you done with your video?" He knows I do a video on Wednesday, so he just has to be patient, or he can start walking home. Oh, speaking of metallic, I did want to also show off one of my downline, Karen made this with the gold. So this was the copper, but here's the gold leaf and the gold from the winter woods again, those birch trees stamped in gold. The metallic ink is just really pretty. So final thing, if you go to my website, thedrewdaily.stampitup.net, that's where you can find shop now, and you can order whatever you want. Always, if you're going to order today, check out those stamp sets that are on sale, but also look at the clearance rack. There's always fun extra things you can get for clearance that are like 40 to 70% off, which are awesome because they're retired. And I can't process an order that has retired stuff. So I can't process clearance rack stuff for you. But if you go into my website and use the hostess code, you can order anything from the clearance rack that you want. And final thing, holiday retreat. I know November 6th is just around the corner. The event is November 23rd, but I need everyone to register by November 6th. I'm already getting excited. Yay. I'm already preparing your little goodie bags and trying to see what all you're going to get, some accessories, some paper, some all kinds of fun little eclectic goodie bag. And I'll have treats. Once again, the cost to you is $75. Here's more information. And that's all day. So that's 10 hours at my house where you get $25. It's probably going to be even a little bit more than that worth of product. Hang on, bud. I'm almost done. At least 5 make and takes that I'll have prepared and pre-cut for you to put together. It'll include 2 meals, a brunch and a dinner. I'll have a lot of fun snacks that I'm working on putting together, and everybody gets their own space to bring your kits, bring your paper pumpkin boxes, bring tags, bring whatever Christmas cards you want to work on. So you do need to bring any of your extra cardstock or ink, but what you will have to use of mine all day, I will have my punches, nothing that's expendable. So you won't be using my ink, only for the make and takes. But my punches, my dies, some embossing folders, those will be out for you guys to use. I will have drawings. So pretty much everyone who comes is going to win something. So you're going to get an extra free gift. There will be fun prizes and drawings and more surprises that I'm not going to tell you. But it's going to be a fun day. I already have about half the people. I can only take about 12 people. Are you still there? I don't know. My son usually he texts me just once and leaves it at that. But he texted me again and I tried to swipe it off and it exited out. So I don't know if you're seeing me or not. Can somebody give me a thumbs up or a like if you're still hearing me? If this is still working? It says live in the corner. Anyhow. So I'm hoping that I can get a few more people. Just register by November 6th. It's going to be an awesome, fun day. I'm excited to have people over. So I hope that wasn't too much information overload for you today. But thanks for stopping by, everybody who came. And if you are still able to hear this, just remember I just started posting these videos to YouTube. So spread the word. If you look up Bethany Drew Stampin' Up, you should be able to find my videos on YouTube as well. So for people who aren't on Facebook, these will be available to you as well. So thanks so much for stopping by, and I hope you guys have a great day. Make sure if you want to get a free package of Glimmer Dots that you put in an order today using this hostess code. That's today only, while all those stamp sets are 15% off. So V3UQ9M3Y. All right, have a great day, guys. I'm going to go pick up my son now. Bye.